Hello everyone, this is Dr. Nisha Garg. Welcome back to another session of practice questions. So let's start. The first question is, hand cutting instruments are composed of A. Handle and neck, handle and shank, handle and blade, handle, shank and blade. See, hand cutting instruments consist of handle, which is used to hold the instrument, shank, which connects handle to the blade, and a blade, which is working part of the instrument. So according to these options, option D is the correct answer. Senile caries are found on the A. pits and fissures, B. marginal ridges, C. root surfaces of the teeth, and D. proximal surfaces of the teeth. See, senile means a characteristic which is caused by an old age. Similarly, senile caries are commonly seen in the old age. Because at this age, gingival recession is a common finding. So these exposed root surfaces, which are caused by the gingival recession, they become more prone to the dental caries. So we can say that senile caries are commonly found on the root surfaces of the teeth. So option C is the correct answer. First instrument to extirpate the pulp is barbed broach, K-type file, H-type file, or reamer. See, it's a tricky question. If you think only about the pulp extirpation, it is the barbed broach. But note this word, the first instrument. It means the first instrument which is introduced in the canal to extirpate the pulp. See, it is always the K-type file which is first introduced into the canal. And this file is used to attain the glide path, and it can also be used to remove the dental pulp. So as per the choices, option B is the correct answer. An endodontic file is less likely to fracture if inserted in dry and clean canal, wet and clean canal, wet and debris laden canal, dry and debris laden canal. So it's clear from these options that the wet and the clean canal will offer the least resistance to the file insertion as well as movement. So option B is the correct answer. In endodontics, IOPA is useful tool in assessing vitality of pulp, length of the canal, presence of infection, all of the above. See, vitality of the pulp is checked by heat test, cold test, electric pulp tester, and other tests, but not by the radiographic means. Infection cannot be seen on the IOPA till it causes any radiographic changes in the bone, and that occurs in case of chronic infection or long standing infection. Working length can be calculated by putting the instrument in the canal and taking the IOPA. So if we look at the options, option B is the correct answer. Hypochlorite does not cause bleaching, lubrication, flushing out debris, removal of smear layer. See, if we look at the hypochlorite, it's commonly used as household bleaching agent. So bleaching is one of the action it performs, and as any other irrigating solution, hypochlorite performs the function of lubrication and flushing out debris. See, smear layer is the surface film of debris which is present on the instrumented canal walls. It contains both organic as well as inorganic components. Basically, the inorganic part of the smear layer is removed by the chelating agents like EDTA. So this action, that is removal of smear layer, is not performed by hypochlorite. So option D is our answer. Gate slit and drill is flexible and used at low speed. inflexible and used at low speed, flexible and used at high speed, inflexible and used at high speed. See, if we look at the classification of endodontic instruments based on method of use, these gates leaden drills, they come under the group 2 low speed instruments with latch type design. These are inflexible instruments which are used at low speed. So option B is the correct answer. The most important criteria in using an irrigating solution is concentration of irrigant, volume of irrigant, thickness of the needle, none of the above. See, now look at the word most important. So, if we look at the options, though concentration of irrigant also affects the efficacy of irrigating solution, thickness of needle affects the accessibility of the irrigant to the apical areas of the canal, but the most important criteria is volume of irrigant. That is, quantity of irrigant used is directly related to its ability to remove the debris from the canal. So, if we look at these options, option B suits the best. That is, most important criteria is volume of the irrigant used in as a irrigating solution. A 22 years old male patient came to your office early in the morning complaining of pain that awakened him at 2 a.m. last night and did not allow him to sleep till he came to your office. This patient most probably has reversible pulpitis, irreversible pulpitis, trauma from occlusion, pulp polyp, or pulp necrosis. See, in case of reversible pulpitis, there is a sharp and momentary pain which subsides after the stimulus is removed, and it occurs only when stimulus is applied. But pain which is spontaneous in nature, very sharp and intermittent or continuous in nature, and it's so severe that it keeps the patient awake at night and it gets increased on bending down or lying down. It's a characteristic feature of irreversible pulpitis. In case of trauma from occlusion, the pain occurs mostly during biting only, and in case of pulp polyp, pain is usually absent. In case of pulp necrosis, pain is almost absent in most of the cases. So, as per the options, option B is the correct answer for this question. Areas of rarefaction are evident on the radiographic examination when the tooth is responsive to cold, the tooth is responsive to percussion, there is a tooth fracture, or the cortical layer of the bone has been eroded. See, if we look at the literal meaning of area of rarefaction, it means there is a decrease in density. So, if we look at these options, that option D fits the best. That is, the cortical layer of bone has been eroded, that will appear as area of rarefaction on the radiographic examination. Next question is, triturating a dental amalgam, A, reduces the size of alloy particles, coats the alloy particles with mercury, irreversible converts mercury to the silver, and it dissolves the alloy particles in the mercury. If we see the purpose of trituration, the purpose is to remove the oxide layer from the alloy particles so as to coat each alloy particle with the mercury, which results in a homogeneous mass for condensation. So if we look at these choices, answer B is the correct option. Trituration helps in coating the alloy particles with mercury by removing the oxide layer from the alloy particles. Each of the following design features of a mesoocclusal amalgam preparation will prevent the restoration from falling out from the cavity except convergent proximal walls, occlusal dovetail, pins in the proximal walls, beveled axiopulpal line angle. See, if we look at the question carefully, we need to have the certain design features of a class 2 amalgam preparation, which will prevent the restoration from falling out from the cavity. That means we need to have the retention form of the cavity for amalgam restoration. And the retention form of the amalgam restoration can be achieved by convergent proximal walls, occlusal dovetail, and pins in the proximal walls. So the option D is the correct answer. Because the beveled axiopulpal line angle, it helps in increasing the resistance form, not the retention form of the restoration. So our answer is option D, that is beveled axiopulpal line angle. Hope you understood the basics of these questions. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you next time with more questions and some interesting topics. Take care and goodbye.